If you know you can't tell auntie that I don't like that, I don't like this, I like this, I don't like that, don't hire auntie for your wedding. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Comfort. Welcome back to my channel. I really do appreciate you. And today's video, we are going to be talking about things you need to know planning a wedding in Nigeria from abroad. Okay, not from being in Nigeria. This is if you were in America, I'm in America, or if you could be in the UK, if you could be anywhere that is not Nigeria. These are some tips that I feel like will help you in planning a wedding abroad. Now, I got this idea because I've been wanting to share this. My wedding video actually gets a lot of traction on my channel, which I really appreciate. But basically, I wanted to do this video to help people who may be planning a wedding in Nigeria from the States. If for whatever reason you are choosing to, or you have to get married in Nigeria because maybe your family is there, or your spouse-to-be's family is over there, or you just want to get married in Nigeria, these are some tips I feel like will really save you a lot of money, a lot of frustration, a lot of beef with people. It will save you a lot of chaos and a lot of disappointment. I'm telling you guys, trust me. Watch this video before you plan your wedding in Nigeria from abroad, okay? So we're gonna get started. Go ahead and subscribe to this video if you like Nigerian American content like this. I also do a lot of reviews, recaps, and reaction videos. You can check out some of those on my channel right here. And I have a bunch of other Nigerian American tips about what to expect when you get in Nigeria for the first time. I have a video on, you know, what you need before you travel, the whole shebang, right? So go ahead and subscribe for more content like that. Make sure that you like this video if you love content like this, and also share the video as well as hit the post notification bell so you'll be notified every time that I post a new video. All right, so let's get started. So number one, now this is in no particular order. These are just things that I feel like you need, okay? And we're gonna do a list of about 7. So number one, make sure that within your budget, you plan to travel to Nigeria prior to your wedding at least, I would say, 2 times, okay? Now, I think you can squeeze in 1 time if you have somebody there that you really trust with your life. I mean, you trust this person is honest, this person has the fear of God, this person can be trusted. People who are Nigerian, you understand what it is I mean. Nigeria can be somehow. Now, why 2 trips? The first trip is to go there and to see what even the environment is like. Spend like a week, maybe 2 weeks there. What is the environment like? You can scout people, scout wedding planners, scout venues, you know what I'm saying? So you can do a little bit of the legwork before you get a wedding planner involved. Even if you get a wedding planner involved, the wedding planner can show you the places they have in mind within that 2 weeks. You can kind of let them know this is what you're looking for. The second trip that you need to go to, it should be closer to your wedding, where you can make sure the things that they have told you are accurate. The things that you're spending your money on are accurate. By now, you would have had an idea of exactly what venue. You would have an idea of who you want to cook the food, who you want to do your makeup. And on that trip before you get there, you need to have your makeup artist consultation. Make sure that they do your makeup, make sure that they do your hair the way you want it on your day. All of that can be done on the second trip. The first trip is like your own consultation of the country, of what it has to offer, of what you can pick, which city you're getting married in. Make sure you know the city well, know what's what. Make sure they see your face so they know I'm here. I'm not just somebody in Yankee or on the phone abroad where you can tell me nonsense and you're not really doing what it is. I can come here. Make them believe that at any moment I could drop in and I could just fly in here. So make sure that everything is on the up and up. So number 2, when you are hiring a wedding planner, make sure the wedding planner is someone not related to you. Now, this is why I say this. If it is going to be somebody that's related to you, make sure that somebody, okay, let me make this a blanket statement. Anybody that you hire to help for your wedding, that is including a wedding planner, including a tailor, the person who is going to cook for you, or any of those things for both your traditional wedding, which whatever tribe you're from, also the church wedding. Make sure that that person, if they are going to be a family member or a friend, make sure it's a family member or friend that you can criticize if you have an issue with something. I'm not saying that, if your auntie does wedding planning and you know she's very good at wedding planning and you want to hire your auntie, hire your auntie. Make sure though that you can say, auntie, I don't like that, that's ugly, that doesn't fit what I want, and I want that to be changed. You need to be able to say that. If you know you can't tell your auntie like that, if you know that you don't want to offend your auntie, you can't be worried about offending somebody when it's your wedding. You will end up unhappy. You will end up unhappy unhappy, and in the end, the auntie's gonna find out that you're unhappy, and it's gonna become a bigger problem. It's gonna become a bigger issue. It's gonna become beef in the family. Now there's a rift. Like, so if you know that even though auntie has done some other things, and you know I like the way she does this and that, if you know you can't tell auntie that I don't like that, I don't like this, I like this, I don't like that, don't hire auntie for your wedding. So if you have a family member that you can be free with and they won't be offended, okay, they won't see it as disrespect for you to tell them you don't like that choice, don't have them in your wedding just to end up having beef later because you don't like it and you couldn't tell auntie because it insulted for you to tell her that. Okay, so don't hire anybody that you can't criticize, no matter if it's a connection that somebody introduced you to or family members. Number 3, make sure that whoever it is you're hiring for your wedding has a social media presence. Okay, this is very, very, very important, guys. A lot of people in Nigeria are very talented. Okay, so at the drop of a dime, somebody may do 5 different things. They may cook, they may also do makeup on the side, they may also do this on the side, they do that on the side, but they don't have a social media platform because it's not their business. They're just doing it like stylishly, right? They're just doing it, you know, whenever somebody calls them to do, they're doing it to make extra money, but it's not their profession. They don't have rules, regulations, they don't have terms and conditions, they don't have contract, they don't have anything to make sure that you will get what it is that you want. And that's why they usually don't have a social media presence. And it also means they're probably not really in the know. Like, they can tell you anything and they're not really in the know. They can hire anybody to be their secretary, right? So if they don't have a social media presence, I wouldn't risk it. It might end up okay, but I wouldn't risk it. Make sure they have a social media presence. It doesn't matter if somebody told you, oh, she did so-and-so's wedding well, she did so-and-so. I've learned, like, I'm telling you guys from experience, I've learned that people can tell you so-and-so did so-and-so's thing, whether they have proof of it or not. Is just their friend's friend got somebody and they want to be the person to say they brought somebody to you. Sometimes they add money on top of so-and-so. Like, it just can be so much, right? So just make sure they have a social media presence, a social media platform, all right? And that you can verify it that way. That's at least what we're trying to do here is just verify it. Make sure that you don't waste your money, that you are not swindled, that you are not unhappy with the end result, okay? Weddings are stressful enough, even if you have the most perfect wedding planner, right? So this is just to alleviate some of that stress because you are not there. So you need to make sure that all of this is vetted out before you get into it. So make sure that they have a social media presence, or if they just have their own website, great, but they need to have a social media presence, right? Now, number 4, try not to get swayed by what your parents want, what your friends want, what your spouse wants. You and your spouse have to come to an agreement, but if you have a gut feeling about something, try to really explain and go with that gut feeling, right? Like, for instance, if you want to do your own makeup for the wedding because you're a makeup artist and you trust yourself, but you're told that, hey, on your wedding day, you need to not be stressed and you didn't have somebody do your makeup. And because it's in Nigeria, you didn't have enough time to vet it or whatever, and you just trusted what somebody said, and then you get there and your makeup, it ends up being nonsense and you end up having to do your makeup anyway. Like, trust me, okay? If I would have gone with my gut, I would have just did my makeup from the beginning, and I would have had all my tools and everything there because I would have been ready to do my makeup from the beginning. But that's, neither here nor there, okay? So just make sure that you go with your gut feeling. Like, I was so worried in my wedding about being rude or being mean or not being, or people talking about me for being a bridezilla or whatever. My dear, do what it is you need to do. You don't have to be disrespectful. Do what it is that you need to do in order to get your end result. Make sure you and your husband are going to be happy at that wedding, because in the end, these people will eat this food. They will go to the bathroom. The food is gone. They're still going to talk about the food, all the flowers that you spent all this money on, there's no amount of money you're going to spend. Just make sure that you do what it is that you genuinely want and do your best to accommodate people, but not at your own expense, because you're going to be the one in the end that's going to live with that picture, that video, that debt, that whatever, okay? So just make sure that you are not swayed. The thing in weddings that costs a lot of money, the amount of people you have at the wedding. That is what determines your venue. That is what determines your food. That is what determines your seating. Now, if you're somebody who just wants an excessively big wedding for no reason, that's fine. But if you're doing it because your parents want a really big wedding or whatever, and they're not paying for it, if they're paying for it, then whatever. But if you're the one paying for it, just make sure that you have the people that you want at your wedding. And don't let them tell you that Nigeria doesn't believe in invitation only. I had an invitation only wedding and it went great. People adhered to the invitations. The security did what needed to be done. So just make sure that you have your list ready. You can do invitations if that is what you want, and people will adhere to it if you put the necessary precautions in place. You'll be good. You'll be fine. Everyone that is welcome will be welcome, and those that are not will go their way. Trust me, okay? So also, I would say when you're planning a wedding in Nigeria, make sure of the area that your venue is at. There's some areas in Nigeria, and I noticed that the same thing was at my wedding. They're quote unquote, it's like a rough area, but the venue is beautiful, but the area may not be, as secure as it needs to be. Make sure that you're aware of what area that you're in. Make sure that you're aware of what the expectations of that area are, that it's not just going to be you and your wedding bubble, that people may try to infiltrate, and make sure that there are security measures in place so that it doesn't disrupt your day. okay and it doesn't cause any issue for anybody, because you know you don't live here, so you don't know. So make sure you find that out. Make a point to find that out. Okay, now I think this is number 7. To me, the major thing that you should invest in, outside of, you know, your dress, you know, your dress you're gonna wear it one day, your makeup, yes, you want to look beautiful in pictures, your food, you want to be able to, you know, feed your guests well, and you know, the whole thing. The main thing I would say to pay for is your aesthetic and the vibe of your wedding. What does that mean? Your music and your DJ. Now remember, I said make sure all of these people have a social media platform so you can verify the work that they do, what they do, right? And for the comedian or the MC, because this happened and I'm still pissed. And I should say his name, but I'm not gonna do that. Because what happens sometimes is people say that they want to MC a wedding, and the popular person that you hired to MC your wedding will send in their understudy to come and MC the wedding for you. The person that doesn't really know what's going on, isn't really as funny, this is not who you paid for. They will send them because they have another engagement somewhere else. And that's just it. It's your wedding day. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So make sure of that. Also, make sure that it's in your contract and you have somebody that you can absolutely trust. And dare I say, book them like for a weekend, right? So that you know for a fact, even make them fly in so you know for a fact that they have to be there that weekend, and that if anybody else shows up outside of them, that they're broken their contractual obligation. And make sure that you have measures in place, like I said, security, people who are not scared to confront the situation, and also legal measures if you need to, because to me that's a scam. Sorry, this is a scam. If I hired you and you bring your homeboy, basically, because I don't know who this person is, I didn't vet him, I vetted you, and you bring your homeboy to come and be the MC at my wedding, thank God that my mom had an MC that was able to, you know, support and make everything great. But if she hadn't, then what we would be like, no, absolutely not, unacceptable. So just make sure you have measures in place in case somebody tries to scam you. Okay, that is about it. Let me know if you guys have any tips, like if you got married in Nigeria and you have any tips or things that helped you to avoid certain things or things that you went through. Share your horror stories with me. I think I'll do a story time. I don't want to start any beef, but I might do a story time. You know, I'll leave it anonymous. I won't mention people's names, but I might do a story time because y'all, what I saw because of my wedding, listen, God is on the throne. Thank God for Jesus. Like that wow. Anyway, yes. Also, make sure you invest in good transportation, right? Because you know you don't live there, and it's not, to me, it wasn't that easy to just go and rent a car or go rent. There's no rental car like that for me, especially depending on where you're getting married. If you're getting married in a place that's like, you know, like a big city like Lagos, okay, maybe great, you'll be fine, or even Abuja. But I got married in Calabar. Calabar is great, but it's not like city like that. You know, I had to make sure to put certain things in place and all of that. So that was something that I didn't really think would be that big of an issue, and we ended up having to like really put so much money in, and the people tried to leave early. Like, it was just so much stress, you guys. So just avoid it. You know, go through this list before you start planning your wedding in Nigeria, and I believe that you'll be good. Many blessings to you if you are getting married, and I pray that you have a beautiful, peaceful, lovely, joyful union for a lifetime and beyond. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate you. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and hit that post notification bell so you will be notified every time that I post a new video. Thank you so much. Bye. Hold on. Now, have you subscribed? Come on. Share the love. Support me. I'm your sis. I'm your good sis. You made it this far, so you enjoy my content. I feel you. I enjoy you watching my content. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit those videos. Like, subscribe. You know the jam. Come on.